got back from Au Noir, which you're welcome, Julia, for like dragging you to this. I was super excited.
There wasn't much dragging happening.
I was super excited. So it's a dark restaurant, which means that you're eating in complete darkness, basically. And all of the waiters are blind. There's like a dim lit area where you order your food and like check in because you have to make a reservation because it's a little expensive, but definitely worth it. And then you come back out into that same kind of dim lit bar area to pay the tab.
The food was excellent.
Yes.
And it was a little easier than I thought it would be, I think. I don't know if it was muscle memory, like knowing where my mouth was in relation to the table, but it was really cool. And it was cool to hear the servers talking to each other and like feeling everything and just kind of not really live like they live, but get a taste for it.
We had a guy named Gavin who was really nice, and he let us in and to our table and explained the layout of the table and stuff and brought us our food, and it was so cool. And then he couldn't believe it because we drove here today. We left South Bend this morning and drove 7 hours and got here. And he couldn't believe that we drove 7 hours pretty much just to come to this restaurant. Not gonna lie, the main reason for coming to Toronto for spring break was for this restaurant and to possibly also go to another one called Signs, which has all deaf staff.
Okay, the camera's dying and we don't know why, so we're just gonna say goodnight until we figure it out. But we're in for the night and we'll talk to you guys tomorrow. See you guys tomorrow. I don't remember how I used to say this.
Ooh.
Okay. Bye!
Bye! Okay, so we didn't vlog at all yesterday because, well, it just didn't really happen, and then Julia fell asleep for 4 hours, so yeah. What do you have to say for yourself?
Was tired.
And then yesterday, we went to the Hockey Hall of Fame. Well, actually, first of all, we were gonna drive yesterday, and Julia's car got boxed in because they oversold their parking lot that was across the street from the hotel. It's not connected to the hotel, but they said that a lot of people use it because it was cheaper, we thought.
And closer, yeah.
It was cheaper and closer than to use the parking lot associated with the hotel, which was like catty corner and underground.
Like, it was unreal. I can't even. Oh, I was so mad. It was so bad.
Yeah, well played, parking attendant. And whatever asshole parked behind us. Or line of assholes. Actually, line of assholes, because it was a line. Like, you have regular parking spots, and then there was a line of cars parked right behind them with space on the other side. So if the one car had not been behind Julia's car, we could have gotten out.
Nope. I can't even. It was so bad.
So that's how our morning started yesterday.
So we took cabs everywhere.
Cabs, yeah, we took cabs everywhere because we knew they were kind of close driving to where we were staying, but we didn't have a map. We couldn't use GPS on our phones, I don't think.
No, because we don't have internet.
And yeah, so we took cabs. And it was fine, they were all nice. So we went to the Hockey Hall of Fame, and that was interesting. We got to see Stanley Cups, that was cool, and all these other trophies, and everything was bilingual, so it was in French and English. So that was nice for me because I could practice.
But it was cool. They had stuff from all over and all kinds of different, like, memorabilia and things like that.
Yeah. I was kind of surprised because I guess I didn't think about the fact that it would be hockey jerseys and things from all over. I guess I assumed it was just going to be Canada. So that was interesting when we started seeing Pittsburgh Penguins, Chicago Blackhawks,
she's saying it like
Boston
that
Bruins.
Because she gave me crap for taking pictures of all the Blackhawks stuff.
That's all she took pictures of.
It is not. I took like 3 or 4 other pictures, but who cares?
With the
Go Hawks! Wow, it is still on my face. Okay. It is really...
You're talking!
I know, but I don't usually see myself while we're recording.
Right? It's weird.
And then after that, we took a cab to Signs, which was a really cool restaurant. Rachel's gonna tell you about.
Yeah, so this originally kind of started as like a restaurant trip, and then we're like, they're in Canada, let's just go to Canada. So Signs is an ASL restaurant. Most of the servers, the hostess was hearing, but everybody else that we saw that worked there I think were deaf, either deaf or hard of hearing. So we got seated, and the hostess came over and interpreted for our waiter as he introduced himself, and like it showed us how to do some basic signs like order, yes, no, things like that.
It was really cool. I actually signed a lot more than I expected I would, just because, I don't know, he was really, really nice. Our waiter's name was Alexandros, and he was just, ooh, that's a car. He was just very encouraging, and like even when I spelled out the type of pasta I wanted, he was like, okay, and I could kind of tell he needed me to point to it, but it was just nice. It was different.
And then they have huge pictures framed on the walls of people signing different words. So it'll say
like
welcome
whiskey?
Across, yeah, whiskey. It'll say welcome, sign, hello, and they'll like do the sign for that's hello. So yeah, that was cool. And then after lunch we caught another cab to the aquarium.
Yep.
And that was really cool. We both like aquariums, so that was a good choice.
And it was like very interactive. I don't know if it was more of a like kids-based aquarium, but it was the Ripley's Aquarium of Canada. And it was just, I don't know, it was cool. I played a game for a while.
She played a few games.
Yeah, well, I like games. It was a lot of fun, and we got to touch something. What did we touch? What did you make me touch?
She'd never touched a horseshoe crab before. Can we get a close up of that face?
It took way too long. I was like, nope, I don't want to do it. Nope, I don't want to do it. Nope, I don't want to do it. And she was like, you have to do it.
Okay, because I was like, they're harmless. They're nothing. Like other ones,
sure
they've let you
they're
pick
harmless,
them up.
But they're slimy, and
They're not slimy. They have a hard shell. That's not slimy. Anyway,
like it.
so like I went and touched one like twice. It was fine. She took pictures. I'm like, if you're gonna take a picture of me touching this, you have to touch it. She sticks like one little finger and making a face, like barely even touches it, and like whips her hand back out like, ew, I'm not doing it.
Yep.
She wouldn't. Yeah,
I don't like yuckies. I don't sea creatures, not my ish. So they looked cool and they looked harmless, but they were funny and they kept moving, and I don't know. Then she almost got to touch a shark, but it was not happy.
yeah. So she definitely wasn't gonna do the shark or the stingray.
And last night at some point, I think it was like 11:30, we heard this guy singing outside of our window.
Was that singing?
I
thought it was arguing.
I think he was trying to sing, and then he was yelling at something. And Rachel looked out the window.
All we heard was like, we heard something in different language,
Yeah.
and I couldn't tell if it was directly like below our window, you know, like 7 floors down. We're on the 7th floor, but on our side of the street, or there was a pub across the street. We didn't know if it was coming from there or what. We just heard indistinct kind of like noise, someone singing, yelling, whatever, in a different language, and then we heard motherfucker like really loud and in English. So we're like, okay,
At least
let's
he
see what
knows
that
the
is.
important words.
Yeah, it was interesting. I want to say he came from the pub because he was walking down the street, and the hotel is on an intersection, so he crossed the intersection and then was like dancing on and off the curb.
To their right.
So
Oh, you know what I didn't tell you about? Got gas this morning at a petrol station. That was fun. It was actually super confusing and terrible. So they don't, like, Canada does signs by the exits, but they're not. It just took us a while to find one that wasn't in the city, and then I tried to prepay at the pump, like we do in the U.S., and it didn't take my card because the card I was trying to use didn't have like one of those
Right after 1 kilometer.
safety things, like safety chips or whatever. So I went inside, and he made me go back outside like 3 times, and then he made me prepay, and he was like, well, how much gas do you want? I don't know. You sell it in liters. Can you convert it to gallons for me? Which sounds really terrible, but so for reference, my car takes 35 liters to tank, but we prepaid and I signed the receipt, and then we got out of Dodge because it was really confusing. We're about I don't know, 30 minutes from Niagara Falls, where we have lunch reservations. I'm trying not to think about it because I'll get all like before we even get there, but
Okay, so we're going to, I think it sounds cool, but I'm also not afraid of heights.
it does sound cool even though I'm afraid of heights. I just can't think about it too much.
So it's a revolving dining room with
Thanks, Uncle Willie and Aunt Jane.
yeah. They gave us the suggestion for it, or the idea, I guess, to look it up. But it sounds really cool. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. It's supposed to have a really cool view of the falls, which we've heard are frozen at the moment, so that'll be interesting.
I'm really more nervous about the elevator than the actual restaurant. I think the restaurant will be fine.
It's 750 feet in the air.
Okay, we don't need to put a number to it.
So we're back on U.S. soil.
After going through Border Patrol again. Yep. This guy was nice though. He was American. And
We're going through a detour in New York, like right over the border right now, and the road's not the greatest.
Yep, not the greatest. They were gonna flip lanes.
Also, I bought a beanie while we were there.
Couldn't tell.
If you couldn't tell by the giant,
Maple leaf.
there we go.
It's an oak leaf? No, it's a maple leaf.
It's a maple leaf. It's
Okay.
Canada. It's a maple leaf.
Whatever. Anyway, we Niagara was really cool. We probably took like 1,000 pictures. The revolving restaurant was awesome. The elevator ride up was terrifying. The elevator ride down, I was like, eh. Although I like peeked, but that's about it. I awkwardly faced the front of this man who was standing behind me. I was like, I'm gonna look this way, sorry. He goes, oh, you scared of heights? And I said, and they all tried, the whole elevator car, all like 6 or 7 of them were like, go ahead and peek, you can do it. And I was like, no, it's really for your own safety. I don't try to do that.
The meal was awesome. Super expensive, but awesome.
Okay, it was worth it. We got 2 really cool pictures done by them. The one of us going over the barrel.
Yeah, part of the thing apparently is when you go to get in line to take the elevator up, they have you stop and take a picture in front of a green screen.
Yep.
And then you have the option of buying that when you come back down, if you want to or not. And so we did that.
What else did we do? Oh, we tried to go to Tim Hortons, so I paid however much to park at the falls, because we saw a Tim Hortons sign and a gift shop sign because I needed a Canada scarf, and Tim Hortons was closed, which was almost the only reason we actually stopped. But it's fine. Not like a bitter.
Also to take pictures of the falls.
Yeah.
No, minor details.
But like the Tim Hortons pushed the price over the edge, like made it worth it.
Yeah, it's true. It was, yeah.
Yeah, it was like $15 to park, and we were only there for
Half
20
an hour.
minutes.
Yeah.
So, like $1 a minute, no biggie.
Now we're on our way to Lancaster.
Where my cousin is.
Yep.
So, we're excited. We're just kind of, we were really excited this morning, and now we've kind of hit that, like, point during the day, where we're just ready to, like, at least I'm ready to get there and be done with the driving thing for a while. Before our 8-hour trip back to Chicago tomorrow.
What?
No, I don't know what that is. That's getting edited.